Since there were no apparent adult witnesses to this incident, forensic science will play a critical role in helping investigators. Our in-depth coverage continues now with KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey. He's live in our newsroom tonight. And Jeff, Spokane's medical examiner has completed autopsies on the victims. What are the doctors looking for?
Well, Dave, when investigators found the shooting victims, it's likely that their hands were bagged at the scene to protect potential evidence on their fingers. Medical examiners would take off those bags at Holy Family Hospital here in Spokane, and they also took a very close look at the victims' injuries.
As friends and neighbors wonder what happened inside this Clarkston Heights home, investigators are trying to piece together the killings with the help of ballistic evidence. When a gun is fired, a lot more than just a lead slug blasts its way out of the weapon. Experts say wax and spent gunpowder also leave the barrel and leave telltale marks on nearby targets.
And the closer you are to the end of that barrel, when it fires, you may get some of that residue embedded in the wound itself.
In this case, investigators are looking for the black heavy deposits that happen when a gun is fired at point-blank range, the pattern common in suicides and execution-style shootings. Detectives also want to know who pulled the trigger in the Clarkston incident and may look for gunshot residue on Mrs. Duman's hands. That's because revolvers and some semi-automatic pistols also blast gunpowder out of the cylinder gap or open breech. The residue can coat the hands of the person firing the gun. Today we slipped on some white gloves to show the light sooting that can occur, but the particles are much more visible under a microscope.
So by doing a gun residue analysis on the hand, oftentimes that'll give you additional evidence that this was the shooter.
Stoughton County Sheriff's detectives have not released the identity of the shooter in this incident, but say they do not feel the killer is at large. Reporting in the newsroom, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.